So this is Valhalla.
Thor has faced gods, monsters, and even Thanos himself, but he never saw his own end coming. But what if the God of Thunder's final battle doesn't happen on Earth or in space, but after his death? Leaks hint that Thor 5 Valhalla could be a mythic farewell, a darker, emotional journey through the afterlife, where gods fall, legends rise, and the thunder finally fades. Alright Marvel fans, let's talk about the storm that's quietly brewing behind the scenes. Thor 5 isn't officially confirmed yet, but the thunder's definitely rumbling. There's strong rumors that the movie is already in early development, and if all goes according to plan, we could see it strike theaters around 2028 or 2029. Before that, Chris Hemsworth's Thor will return in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, setting the stage for what might just be his most emotional and explosive solo story yet. Now, after Love and Thunder, fans were divided. Some loved the humor, others felt it turned a literal god into a walking punchline. And it seems Marvel heard that loud and clear. Insiders say Hemsworth himself wants to steer the ship this time. He's reportedly helping pick the next director to make sure the stone hits harder, both emotionally and physically. The man wants weight, grit, and real thunder again. And here's where it gets really interesting. Word is, Hemsworth's top choice for director is Sam Hargrave. Yes, the guy who made Extraction look like one long adrenaline rush. If that happens, expect jaw-dropping action scenes, grounded emotions, and a Thor who feels like a warrior god again, not a space comedian. This could be the film that finally leans deep into the Norse myth, cosmic power, and sacrifice. A Viking epic in space. Story-wise, Thor 5 looks set to continue from Love and Thunder's aftermath. Thor's still roaming the cosmos with his adoptive daughter, Love, who, by the way, now wields powers from eternity itself. And then there's Hercules, son of Zeus, who was last seen being sent to hunt Thor down. But the real question is, will Thor's final journey lead him home or to Valhalla? You see, the plot is said to be multi-layered, almost like a cosmic family drama wrapped inside an apocalyptic war. Word is, Love's not just a sidekick anymore. She's being built up to play a major role in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, and might even take up her father's mantle by the end of Thor 5. Imagine that, the next generation of Thunder. Not everyone's cheering for him. Hercules, last seen vowing revenge after Love and Thunder, is rumored to be one of the main antagonists. Yet, he might not be acting alone. Whispers suggest he's being manipulated by higher cosmic powers, pushing the gods into an all-out divine war. And then there's Thor himself, still grappling with what it truly means to be a god. He's older, wiser, and haunted by questions of legacy, loss, and what comes after endless battles. Which brings us to the film's subtitle, Valhalla. That word alone changes everything. Valhalla, the mythic Asgardian afterlife, finally takes center stage. Remember that post-credits scene in Love and Thunder where Jane Foster meets Heimdall in Valhalla? That was just the beginning. The rumor mill says Thor 5 could actually open with Thor's death, sending him straight into this realm beyond time and space, a place located on the edge of destruction. Here, he might reunite with fallen heroes like Jane, Odin, Frigga, Heimdall, and Warriors 3, maybe even Loki. Together, they defend Valhalla from ancient forces threatening to erase it, and those threats? They're terrifying. First up is Kol the Serpent, Thor's uncle and the Norse god of fear. In the comics, he's prophesied to kill Thor, and if that makes it into the movie, we're talking about a battle of biblical proportions. Then there's Mangog, a creature born from the rage of billions Odin once wiped out. He's raw fury in human form, the ultimate test of whether gods deserve their power. Now, if you thought Thor's story couldn't get any crazier, just wait. The latest leaks dive headfirst into pure mythic chaos. Thor Valhalla could bring in some of the most dangerous beings the Marvel cosmos has ever seen. Let's start with the Dark Gods. They're ancient, corrupted deities who exist beyond mortal understanding. Rumors suggest they'll play a massive role, possibly working alongside or manipulating Kol the Serpent and the rage-fueled Mangog. Imagine that trio: fear, fury, and corruption, all colliding in Valhalla. And that's just scratching the surface. Some whispers even mention the Midgard Serpent, Black Winter, and Amatsu Mikaboshi, the Chaos King himself. These names might sound obscure, but in Marvel lore, they're forces that can consume entire universes. If any of them show up, we're talking about cosmic-level destruction unlike anything we've seen in the MCU. But here's where things take an epic, goosebump-worthy turn. The Thor Corps, an army of Thors from across the multiverse, each one unique, all rallying to defend Valhalla. We could see Jane Foster's Mighty Thor return, a classic Odinson variant, and maybe even the long-awaited debut of Beta Ray Bill, one of the most beloved heroes from Thor's comics. Now, Beta Ray Bill is an alien who once proved himself worthy in Mjolnir, earning his own weapon, Stormbreaker. He's noble, tragic, and incredibly powerful, the kind of character who could stand beside Thor as an equal, not a sidekick. His arrival could bring the emotional depth and sci-fi edge that Thor 5 needs to stand apart from anything before. With Valhalla under siege, the gods in danger, and the multiverse itself cracking apart, Thor Valhalla is shaping up to be more than a finale. It's a full-blown Norse apocalypse. But if multiple Thors unite, which one will make the ultimate sacrifice? Well, this might be the final chapter in the saga of Chris Hemsworth's Thor. Rumors are swirling that Thor 5 Valhalla could be Hemsworth's last solo outing as the God of Thunder, the emotional endgame of Odinson's personal story. And if that's true, Marvel's planning to send him off in epic, heart-crushing style. Let's start with the cast lineup. And it's nothing short of legendary. Chris Hemsworth returns, of course, but this time the story's focus isn't just on his power, it's about his legacy. His adoptive daughter, Love, played by India Rose Hemsworth. Yes, Chris's real-life daughter is rumored to play a massive role, possibly stepping into the hero's mantle herself. That torch-passing moment could define the entire movie. Then there's Natalie Portman as Jane Foster. After her heroic end in Love and Thunder, many thought she was gone for good, but leaks suggest otherwise. Jane might return from Valhalla itself, possibly reborn as a Valkyrie, just like in the comics. Imagine her riding back into battle, reunited with Thor one last time. Goosebumps guaranteed. And let's not forget the divine drama. Brett Goldstein's Hercules will finally face Thor after that post-credits tease, with Russell Crowe's Zeus likely stirring up the chaos behind it all. And Idris Elba's Heimdall in Valhalla, Kate Blanchett's Hela possibly resurfacing from the afterlife, and returning allies like Valkyrie, Korg, and Sif. And we've got a literal pantheon ready for war. But beneath all the cosmic battles, Thor 5 is rumored to dig deep into something more human: legacy, death, and rebirth. The story may begin with Thor's death, but his journey through Valhalla becomes one of redemption and closure, a way to confront his past, reconcile with lost friends, and ultimately pass the hammer to a new generation. If the whispers are true, Thor 5 Valhalla might just be the most emotional and mythic story Marvel has ever told. One of the biggest rumors circling the film is the long-awaited reunion between Thor and Loki. Their relationship has always been the emotional spine of the franchise, filled with brotherly love, heartbreak, betrayal, and redemption. Now, insiders suggest that we could finally see Thor reconcile with a different variant of Loki, perhaps the one from the Loki series who's found his own strange peace in the multiverse. It's poetic, really. After all the chaos, the God of Thunder might finally get to make amends with the one person who shaped his life more than anyone else. Rumors also suggest this film will tie directly into the larger multiverse saga, setting the stage for Secret Wars. There's even talk of Marvel expanding the lore further through a spin-off called Thor Quest, a possible Disney Plus or animated series exploring young Thor, Loki, and Sif's early adventures. It's still unconfirmed, but it shows Marvel's intent to keep the mythic heart of Thor's world alive. This will be a divine farewell, a story about legacy, redemption, and the storm that never truly dies. When the thunder finally fades, one question remains: who will carry it next? What do you think? Will Thor 5 Valhalla be the God of Thunder's grand farewell, or the start of something even bigger? Drop your wildest theories in the comments. And hey, if you'd follow Thor into battle, don't just stand there. Smash that subscribe button. Before you go, check out our deep dive on Captain America 5 Reborn right here. Or let YouTube summon a video it thinks you'll love next. Your choice, hero.